Let me show you my countryside through these old headlights. We can take this road as far as you want to go.
Hello and good morning. Welcome back to a new episode in reviving my uncle's farm. I started the day with giving the chickens some feed, and then I'm gonna take a little bit of seed to the not seed, a little bit of wheat to the seed production, and I'm going to have some seed produced because I need it for the garden. But first, let's feed the chicks. I am expecting the bus of school children later today. We have made all the necessary the preparations and deals and contracts and whatnot. So yeah, it's gonna be quite a fine day, I think. It's gonna be quite a fine day. Okay, and I think I'm dropping it on the floor. Yeah. The food trough is full, so everything I dropped down actually spilled out. I can't see. Can't see. I would so much enjoy a new tractor or something with a dropped nose or something like that, so I can use it to collect the materials from the ground, you know, because I can't see what's going on in front of the front loader. Yeah, even if I move my head a bit. Did I collect everything? Of course I haven't. Come on. You know what? I'm gonna fix it later. Use a broom or something like that to bring it back. If I remember correctly, I only have 300 liter capacity in the seed maker. It's just faithfully waiting for me right here. Wait a second, do I have something in it already? Yep, I already have wheat in the seed maker, so I am actually going to take this back into the silo, store it up. I can't remember when I put that seed in, but well, if it's in there, it must have been some time ago, because I don't really remember watching that production at all. Okay, and let's put this under and let's start the production up. Let me turn everything off. Yeah, it's gonna be fine. So I can dump it straight into the bucket. Good. Good, good. Already working. And I have to put this into our garden so we can keep producing. Shouldn't take long. Okay, I think we are done. Okay. Yeah, let's get all that material out. It's not much. We got 200 and something liters. but it should be good for a while. This garden really doesn't go through seed at a fast rate. It's actually a very slow process. So yeah, everything good. And I have to be quick about it because I expect the school children to be here in, well, maybe at 11, because I said that it's basically too dark if they come too early. So they're gonna have to wait. They will miss a beautiful morning though. But anyway, it is what it is. Right, so I will go take the van, load the garden products, the vegetables, load the eggs. I will make a stop at the sheep pen to put another pallet of wool in, and I will see you when I start to sell all those nice things. Let me just put the lights on so I don't forget to put them on later when I go on the road. Perfect. First, setting the sheep wool. So this was around 1,600. Now let me go and sell the rest. I did pick up the milk in the meantime, so yeah. We also have a trailer behind. And as I've said before, I already have one pallet or a few boxes of ice cream for the children that are coming today. And this is going to happen fairly soon, and as I have just checked, we have some snow forecasted. So I hope the kids arrive before the snow starts falling. Either way, we're gonna make it happen. And I think they're gonna have a great time. At least I'm gonna make sure they do. Alright, alright. Well, right back at the usual selling place. And as usual, first I think I'm gonna empty the Bowser out trailer. Let me connect the hoses here to here. Engage the pump. And this should be it. Disengage the hoses. Now I can simply open up everything else and let's do it. Fill up the vending machines. So I'm currently sitting at 8,000 pounds. So I hope this is gonna keep me going for a while. I did buy a feed mixer previously, and that did bite into my bank account quite a lot. But I am slowly trickling it back. I think we're gonna be fine. And I have to go back to the farm and prepare everything for the children. Oh, you're gonna have a, or they are gonna have a pleasant day and learn something new. I have made a program of what we're gonna be doing. So it's gonna be, I think, a guided tour. And we'll see what happens. Okay, wow, this was the season to sell the vegetables. More than 2,500 pounds for the rest of the tomatoes and lettuce. That's a beautiful number, I must say. Cool. So, yeah, we are back to more than 10,000 in the bank account. So that sounds That sounds very nice. I might even be able to... You know, I was... Okay, let me start from the start. I am wishing that I would get a bigger tractor, something a bit more powerful. And I might be able to actually lease it if I have income like this. So I brought in at least 4,000 today. Now that's a healthy amount of money, of income. So a leasing amount of a few £100 shouldn't be you know, financially crippling me. I'm gonna have to have a word with the store to see what they can get for me. Come on. Come on. Police are waiting. Come on. Some people. Anyway, finally went away. So, yeah. If they can get some kind of a tractor with more than 100 horsepower, it would be nice if I could have something more. And just a little bit bigger frame so it can handle slightly bigger equipment. That all sounds nice, and it would be a proper upgrade for the farm. And I still need to get the slurry spreader and the fertilizer spreader, well, manure spreader and the fertilizer spreader. That's true. Something that can spread lime and fertilizer pellets. Yeah, because I don't have that at the moment. And after that, I think we're gonna have everything we need. So the farm is gonna be complete. It's gonna have all the equipment it needs to function. Yeah, thinking about it. And this is the reason why I'm not sure about getting a new tractor yet, because I need other pieces of equipment first to make the farm self-sustainable, which has been my goal from basically the start. To make the farm as self-sustainable as possible. So I don't need anyone to, you know, that needs to help me so I can survive and do everything I need to do. Okay, perfect. Well, I'm gonna prepare everything for the children, and we'll see you in a short time. Alright, the children have arrived. In total it's 44 gats, 2 teachers and 42 children. I have sent them to explore the farm a bit. I'm gonna catch up in a jiffy to be the tour guide, but I must say hats off to the driver for being able to get this bus into this narrow street. Anyway, yeah, let me go and speak with everyone and show them around. And we'll be back. This is gonna be fun. I can't show faces because of, you know, privacy and stuff like that, safety reasons. But I can keep the camera on and you can listen along while I do the presentation of the farm. So children, this is the chicken coop. It has been here before I came to this place. And we only have female chickens. So we don't have any roosters because my primary goal is to get eggs and not little chicks. Okay, so we have our little friends here. They are very nice and very tidy. And they keep to this place. They don't run around. So this is my main tractor and the main garage sort kind of thingy. This John Deere does all the work here. Well, most of the work. Then we have a trailer, a van to transport, and we have hay. Not hay, but straw. Straw is a byproduct of cereal grains or cereal crops. You know, when you have cereal flakes for morning and stuff like that, this is actually produced from wheat or barley or oats. And when you harvest the oats, barley or wheat, you get straw left behind and you can compress it into bales like this. And this can be used for bedding. Yes, that's right, bedding for cows. And it can be also used for bedding for people, you know. So, not so long ago, people used to sleep on straw beds, had their mattresses filled with straw and pillows filled with straw, because it's nice and comfy and it's very warm. And those bales are produced by a machine like this Mascar baler. And this takes in the material from the ground. You have to have it in rows. And then it rolls it up inside and it keeps rolling until it's completely full. And then that net gets put over the bale and it drops it out, and then the finished product looks like this. You can see the netting if you look very closely, and you have to be very careful when you feed your animals that you take all the netting away because it can do some harm to them. These are hay bales. They are produced from grass. So in order to produce hay, you need to cut the grass and leave it on the ground for it to dry up a little bit. If you would compress and wrap the wet grass, it would simply mold up and rot away. But if you have stored it like this, it can wait for a long time. It doesn't really go bad. It goes bad after, you know, a few years, but you can still use it. So yeah, that's a very good thing. And in here we have a combine. Yeah, I know. Wow. So this combine is very old, as you can see, and this is used to actually cut the grain or the cereal crops we talked about. It cuts them with these little sharp knives in the front, and then this drum behind rolls around and everything gets pulled into the center. And after it's pulled in the center, it goes up a conveyor, and on some sort of platforms that shake and tumble everything around, and the grain falls out of the stalks, and it gets collected on top. There is a bin on top, you can't see it, but there is a bin, and you can empty out that bin with this little pipe, that folds out, and you can use it as you can unload while you're driving. You don't have to stop for that. And in the back, you can come here and have a look. This is where the straw that you have seen comes falling down, and it stays on the ground for you to be able to bale it up. Okay. So the next step is, on my farm we have a fuel tank. I'm very proud of this. That means that I don't have to go to the gas stations, you know. Yep. And this contraption here is actually used to produce seed that you can put in the ground and grow some vegetables or grow some other things. But now let's go to my other animal pen. And here are our cows. We have 4 adult cows. Well, 2 adult cows, 2 are just about to become adults, and we have 2 little calves over there. Yeah, be careful so nobody falls in, because cows are big, heavy, and you can get hurt very easily, even though they are very friendly. And this here is a forage wagon. This one works similarly to the baler over there. So you have to have the straw or hay or grass rolled up, and this picks it up and throws it into this compartment here, where it gets stuffed all the way to the top. And when you are full, you can go and empty it out in the back, because you have these walking legs or something like that. I'm not sure what they are called, but these keep pushing backwards, and it throws everything out. And this here is a field we had. I think we had wheat in it previously, and this is what is left behind. You know, if you remember, the combine has those little cutters in the front, and they are used to cut crops, which then gets processed through the combine, and this is what it's left behind. It's called a stubble. Okay. So in order to feed your cows, you need to have a few different ingredients. One is you have to have silage. Yes, I know, it has a certain smell, doesn't it? Anyway, silage can be produced from different crops, but I am producing it from grass. So I cut that grass field over there, and before it is completely dry, I put it into this bunker silo, and then you have to cover it. Okay, you put a tarp over it, so it's protected from outside environment, and it's protected from the inside out. So nothing can go in and nothing can go out. And after a few weeks, about a month and a half, and you get this green stuff which cows absolutely adore. Okay, this is my winter garden. At the moment it's covered in tarp, so it stays warm inside. But yeah, this is a proper greenhouse. Come on in. So this allows me to keep growing potatoes and salads all the way through the winter. And in the warmer months I take this away, and I have an open garden in which I can then also grow strawberries. But right now it's too cold for strawberries, so we have only potatoes, not potatoes, but tomatoes. You can see here tomato plants and lettuce. And all the local farms and people living here and local pubs and taverns really love this stuff because it's homemade and it has a big taste. You can taste all the nature inside. Now this is a byproduct of the cows, you know. Everybody that eats has to poop. That's the short version of it. And cows produce manure like this if you give them straw for bedding. And at the same time, I collect what they pee on the floor. I collect in this pit in here. And you can use both of these things as a natural fertilizer to help your plants grow. Okay, we come around now, and these are silage bales. The inside of these bales is practically the same as it was over there in the bunker when we just talked about it. But you make a bale and I wrap it up and then I leave it for a month or so until it becomes silage. So this is basically the run around of the farm, and daily life consists of taking care of the animals. I need to make sure each and every one of the animals has enough of feed, has enough of water, and that they live in a clean environment. And when I have happy animals, they give me some products. Chickens produce eggs and cows produce milk. Okay, so when I think we are about to conclude our tour of the farm. And now this last thing is, this is a dairy building. Here I take different ingredients, for example milk, and you can make butter out of milk, you can make cheese out of milk, and you can make ice cream out of the milk. And right now we are here to taste some ice cream. I have produced it myself from the milk from our cows and from the strawberries that grew in my garden. So who's up for a taste? Okay, no, let me get it. Okay, the children have left. They were very pleased. They said the ice cream was the best they had. And I got paid £2,112 for this endeavor. So it was 44 people and 48 was the fee. £48 per person. Okay. So I did spend most of my day touring the children around, and I think I need to spread some lime on this field. If I'm not mistaken, I have to make sure that the pH is good and it hasn't been adjusted in a few harvests, which means that I have to do something about it. So I'm gonna call the vehicle store real quick and check if they have any fertilizer spreaders or lime spreaders for that fact that I could use, and I'm gonna try and sort this out before today is over. Yep, so after a long talk and walking up and down my courtyard, I did get an offer, or maybe better said advice, from the vehicle store manager, and he said that why don't I use a manure spreader to spread lime, and I can then use it to spread manure before I dig everything or cultivate everything into the ground. So that sounds like a great idea. You know, that means that I can buy one machine and have two applications with it. So the only thing they have, or the only thing in a reasonable price range, is an old manure spreader, which costs 15,000, and I won't buy it straight out because I don't have enough money, of course. But I will make sure that I at least lease it and then pay it out when I'm capable of doing it. You know, at least I will have it in my possession and I'll be able to pay it out. Because I still need to have some money for actual lime to buy it. You know, to spread something on the field. Not enough that you have a spreader. You need something to put into it. So I paid 828 for the leasing of this machine. And now I have to figure out if there is any place I can load lime in. Look at this. This is our new manure spreader slash lime spreader. Man, this is such a good idea, because I was fully prepared, you know, to buy another piece of equipment just to spread some lime, and that could also work as a fertilizer spreader. But you know, on the other hand, I really don't use fertilizer spreaders since I put what's it called? Come on, fertilizer in the form of liquid fertilizer, so the slurry and the manure that our cows produce. I have plenty of that, so there's no need to actually have a separate fertilizer spreaders. This looks like a very fine machine though. Yeah, I'm gonna go in and ask if they have any idea where I could load some lime into this. If maybe there are some quarries here, I'm not sure. But yeah, I'll be right back. Well, they sold me the lime. There is supposedly no quarries here in this area, so I can simply use the forklift and load everything up. It shouldn't take long. But first I think I'm just gonna push this away, so I have some space to load everything in. The capacity of this manure spreader is about 8,500 liters, which means I can fit in 4 pallets of lime, since lime is packed in 2,000 liter capacity. And I figure I'm gonna have some left, because then I will simply scoop it up and put it back into big bags, and that's gonna be a way to store the lime for next time. Oh no, it started to rain. Or snow, actually. Okay, that's better. Rain is worse than snow. Okay, let me load everything up and I'll be on my way. Okay, that is the last of the lime in the trailer. I filled it up pretty good. So I hope I'm gonna have enough to cover the whole field. It should be enough. I hope it's enough. In any case, let's take this back. And I really am thinking of keeping the trailer, you know, so I can spread manure and just have it at the farm. It is one of the few pieces of equipment still missing on the farm to be self-sustainable. Because, you know, we have loads and loads of manure and I can't really use it. So why not? Why not? Anyway, see you back at the farm. Well, it started snowing quite extensively. I had to turn the wipers on a bit faster. Look at that madman in no sleeve shirt. Anyway, I brought the trailer full of lime back to the farm, and I am going in the field, and I hope I will spread it before the snow accumulates. But man, this is a real blizzard. And I'm happy that the school children came before, when the weather was still good. Okay. Okay, it's working. Alright, it's working. Well, it looks like I'm gonna have enough to even cover the grassland, which is perfect because I do need to take care of that in order to have the best possible yield. So let's do this in a short time lapse, and that will probably conclude our work today. I might need some bigger tires because lime is fairly heavy. You know, it's made out of rocks, crushed rocks, and yeah, feels very heavy, and it feels like the trailer is sinking just a little bit too much. You can see it wiggle around. Anyway, well, I would say this went pretty good, and I still have most of the lime in the trailer. Means I haven't used it up at all. So I will do the next sensible thing, and that is I'm going to lime the grassland, as I've said before. But I'm gonna do this off screen. You have seen it once, and it's just going to continue. The only thing I hope is I'm gonna be done with that before the before the snow starts accumulating on the ground. That's the only thing I care about right now. But otherwise, yeah, I'm not really worried if line gets wet, because it's gonna get wet either way. And with snow like this, only the top layer gets slightly damp, which is no problem for spreading it. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I hope you had fun, and we'll see you next time. Take care and goodbye.